Now, I don't really do these that often, but after watching the recent video from Saladino, I might tag him in this video. It got me thinking about something that I kind of wanted to talk about and I kind of didn't. And he talked about both of them at the same time, which is like it is exactly how I wanted what I wanted to talk about specifically, which was AI and the localizer thing in anime, nerd stuff basically. Uh, for one thing, I wanted to talk about the AI thing. I produce AI art recreationally. 99% of it, no one would ever see. It's mine and mine alone. And I don't really care about posting it because, I mean, it's. I don't know. It's like you make it, and it's like I don't really need to post this. No one's telling me that I have to. I mean, I make art for the internet, but this isn't the type of art that I want. I'm not ashamed of it, but this isn't the type of art that I want to show people. These are just my things messing around with it. A tool. That's what it is, you know. A tool. A tool. And people have their ideas about it, which is fine. But I feel like what he said was interesting. How people will see AI art in like a thumbnail, and then they will completely discredit everything in the like 10 or 11 or 12-minute video, and just post, "Oh, you used AI art, so your opinion is invalid." And it's like I don't understand why you would waste your time like looking at it. You very clearly don't like it, and then waste your time talking about it in a way that like is so smug and snooty. And what I said was, and I said this with a coworker the other day. I said, there's a lot of people nowadays that feel like they're the center of the universe, and because they have followers on social media, and they say things, and people go, they clap. I don't know if that's loud or not, but I'll compress the audio if it's too loud. They'll clap, and that means they're validated, which is which is what this entire thing is about. It's about validation. It's not about actually having an opinion. They don't actually care about the things that they use to get that opinion, whether it be movies, music, art in general, video games. They don't really care about these things. These are just ways to portray their message or agenda or whatever you want to call it to people. And if they don't like that, they press it harder. And then people start rejecting it. And it has this whole vicious cycle where everyone's just like, we don't really care what you got to say. Just stop doing this thing that everyone doesn't like. And they're like, no, I'm going to keep doing this thing. And that's, to me, what AI art. No one really cares. I don't care. A lot of people who produce AI art, no one really cares about it that much. No one takes it that seriously. It is. I view AI art like the program I'm using right now in front of me, Audacity. Free open source audio editing software. It is a tool, an application created on a computer to create something that can be done and produced through human means, but has made the job of creating that thing easier. Right? And of course it has errors. It has little bells and whistles. It has a lot of clicks. There's a lot of dumb things in there that you gotta like edit down and compress. Just like with audio. I mean, just like with AI art. You have to utilize it in a way that you understand that it has faults. And everyone knows that AI art has faults. It doesn't look good on its own. But they're scared of it for some reason. They're scared of a machine that does its job wrong, essentially. The hands don't look right. The feet may not look right. Clothing might be clipping into something. The background environments may be smudgy and like their details may look wrong. The eyes may be crooked or cross-eyed. AI art can never produce what a human being can produce because a human being will take time to precisely line things up, and a human being is capable of learning how to line things up correctly. Even if you never drawn in your life, you can produce something that is still of better quality and of better composition than AI. There's no reason to be scared of a computer program. It is used by people who understand the process of making art, producing something as either a reference or as an idea, and then taking that thing that it produced and applying that to their process of making art. Now, to get on the localizer thing, that's so I don't make this video too long. Everyone said what they're gonna say about it, and I was gonna make a video where this stuff first started with Asmongold and whoever else it was. I think her name's Jamie or what the fuck ever. I waited. I said, you know what? No, I'm just gonna sit back, let everything happen. And sure enough, it did. I think a lot of things happened that shouldn't have happened. More people get exposed to it, and the basic gist of all of this is you, as in the people in the industry that are doing this nonsense to anime dubs and localizations, you have been caught, and people are seeing, right? And instead of saying, you know, we've been doing this for years, we should improve, real fantasy stuff that would never happen. These aren't the type of people that the type of people that you have nowadays are completely different from the folks back then. And I've said this plenty of times. Even in the 4Kids days where dubbing was about censoring a lot of things like violence and all this kind of stuff, the mission statement of 4Kids still wanted people to enjoy anime. They wanted kids to enjoy anime, even if it was Americanized, which is like, it's the other extreme of what's going on right now. Just like not as political. But nowadays, it isn't even about that. Like, they don't even want you to enjoy anime. They actively hate it. It's the same thing with most of these developers in gaming and stuff like that. You hate the product, but you're working on the product, and it makes no sense. If someone doesn't like cooking, I'm not gonna trust them if I see them in the back of the kitchen. If you don't like cars, I'm not gonna trust you to fix my car. I'm gonna get someone. You might not even have to like it. You just need to know what you're doing. These people don't know what they're doing. They expose themselves by saying, no, we don't speak Japanese. And so your job is to translate another culture's language into another culture. Well, your culture, which is English. And you don't even fucking know Japanese. That makes no sense to me. Let's go back to those dumb food analogies that I like to make. It's like, I don't know how to cook a burger, right? But I'm gonna work at a burger joint. Some motherfucker doesn't know like basic math, and this is actually a personal story. I've dealt with people like this from my old jobs. They don't know basic math, and you're putting them in charge of the cash register. Like every other day, this dude would like miscount people's change. Doesn't know fucking math. Of course he's gonna do that. Does not know, or she does not know the basic thing to do the job correctly. That's the biggest thing I took away from all this. I've been had this idea of it. I'm like, I don't think any of these people speak Japanese. They outright admitted they don't. You would think that you'd need to be at least somewhat savvy of translating another culture's language. What is going on with people? And you can tell some of these folks aren't hired because they were good at the job. They were hired because they knew someone in the company. That's how it is at every one of these places. That's how it works everywhere. This isn't anything new. Nepotism is nothing new. I've seen this at retail jobs. But the core of the problem with these localizations, these localizers, is that every time they translated anything, it is the complete opposite of what they were doing. The complete opposite. We should not be talking about Western politics in a piece of media that is not from your culture. To me, that's always been disrespectful. And then they're adding like weird memes in there that don't make any sense. And like when the excuse is like, oh well, it doesn't have to be literal translation. It's not hard translation. There's no way that this meme was in this like text. No way it was. The closing statement is that AI will replace those who are not doing the job correctly. I feel no sympathy for any of these people because whether it be a computer or a human, you're not doing your job right, so you need to be fired and someone needs to replace you. That someone just so happens to be a computer program, and this computer program is going to be used by another human being.